But let's I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do a couple piles because the more you can, as long as you don't mess this up, the less times you're switching tools, the more efficient you are, and the faster you can do this stuff. So we're gonna go to 6 here. Find this guy. Little organizers that have little bins and stuff would be good for this. You know, like a little pill box. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday meds. So the 6, and then we're gonna go. Oh, what do we got? What was it last time? It was the guy, then the arm. So now I'm gonna look for an arm. See if the arm is consistent. So 7. Is there a 7 arm? Oh, and that'll be a left arm. 17. 47, 37. 12. 12. 32. 42. 7. There we go. I don't know, man. Like this whole part of making these getting stuff laid out and so that it'll cast or it'll inject properly is a whole other thing. Like what's cool about these is that you can see how deep this is. So like they had to drill into a steel mold far enough for that foot, and then the other mold, then basically I guess then the other part of it, they had to go deep enough on everything so that they could get that piece to go up all the way to the ankle. So and there can't be any there's no undercuts at all on this stuff. For the destroyers, on my stories, there's a couple videos of like they did some clever stuff where like in order to get something to where like, you know, the pose is good, and then the design where it, like when you glue it together it does have undercuts. They had some like wacky things where like there's just a connecting piece that goes into the neck hole that you have to like twist the parts together and then snap them in place and then glue it in order to it was more like a crazy puzzle, 3D puzzle than just the standard like pop stuff together. Yeah. Doot. Yes, so 7. 8 is going to be a gun, probably. Let's go back to over here. 8A, big gun. 8B, small gun. Again, hopefully those two, like I put two guys together, so and I did them kind of wrong. The other thing too is the way that the torsos go on. These are a little weird because you can't. The old ones, they were just kind of a ball and socket, and while it was hard to get them set up to where they didn't fall apart while you were putting them together, it actually made a little bit more sense. These have like the ball and socket because it's visible, right? Like part of this is visible on the model after you put it together. Like here's an old guy, and here that's like that this ball is probably not even visible. Like it's not even in the socket necessarily. Maybe it is, but this is with weird posing that I did. Let me grab one of the new guys. Here's the primed guy and the partially painted dude. Yeah, I think, let's see. One of these I didn't know what I was doing, and I'd glued the wrong arm on to him anyway. But like the design for these is that you can see that ball going into the socket. But there's just this tiny like this one is a peg, so that's good. That's easy to assemble because you just stick the thing in here. But this one's like, oh, I got kind of half of a squarish thing that sort of goes at this angle. It's got a little dimple on it so that it knows that it goes there. I don't know why I'm doing this without showing you. So here's this. And the problem with a lot of this stuff too sometimes is that like GW is pretty good about it in general. But like this piece right here, this weird block looking thing, this almost looks like a vent sprue injection molding part that is just there to feed things into it. So it's easy to mistake some of these things sometimes and just clip them off, right? Like, because like that doesn't look right at all. But there's this little tiny dimple goes in there, and then it does sort of slide in there. Like I think when I glue this, it's going to be a matter of like the instructions are on the floor. But the other ones, it was saying like glue this in first, but I'm like, I like gluing things and knowing that they're going to stay where I put them. So what I'm probably going to do is since this one's actually got a peg. This is called dry fitting, is when you're going through and testing stuff before you glue it. So I'm probably going to get that arm in there first. So I'll probably glue that in place. And then that's going to help me, it's going to help guide me into this setup to know that I've got that right. And then after I glue that down, then you snap the front of the torso on to hold everything in place. So that's what's going to happen. Obviously, you're going to see that happen shortly anyway, so I don't know why I had to explain it. Basically, I'm going to cut out, so I've got 2 guys already. What I'll do is I'll do 5 guys at a time. And I've got 2 cut out already. So I'll just do 3 right now for this, and in case everybody's bored then, I can end the stream and come back later when this is less boring. Because I will keep going through one round of cleanup and gluing on these. So we got those 2. It was 8, 10 something. So now there's 16. I don't think we were that high. 11 is probably about where we're at. So one thing too, like I'm sitting like I always do this because there's all sorts of junk all over the place. So that was the case that I just had up here a second ago. But like I should be moved up against my desk. I'm clipping things right now, and if I drop this, it's going into a pile of tax papers on the floor that I need to file properly, and then have to go find it. This is a little. That's always with. Let's see. Where's the camera? This is a little. It's not necessarily tricky. I'm gonna just show you real quick what to do here in this case. A lot of these, it's really easy to get the flush, cut on some of these. This is a situation where like the shoulder blade is like at this angle and this thing's coming in at some weird thing, and if you cut it wrong, you could cut into the shoulder blade. So in cases like this, I'm gonna cut all the things that don't look like they're gonna break when I shove another piece between these. So now since I've got this open here, if I cut this extra thick here, it's not like it's gonna snap the spine or anything. So I'm gonna cut this extra thick on the corner. I didn't get the leg yet. So and then now that I've got that like that, it's easier to see the angle correctly, and then I can get my cutters in here, and that looks much cleaner. So I know that the angle's right. Boop. And then there's almost not enough there to even need to clean it up. So 11, put him over there so I don't get the pieces mixed up. 11, oh, interesting. Oh, 10 is this, okay, that's right. 10 is torso. And then there's probably, and the heads were earlier. Yeah. I didn't get his head. I don't know, man. I was not math. 11. I'll find his head later. 11, 20, 11. What am I looking for? Gun, arm. Looking for the other arm. 17, 12. Here we go. Actually, I'll let me grab the instructions so you guys can see thems. So 12. Remember, I'm on 12. This is nice. The cool thing about these two now is that since they're doing digital sculpts and stuff, they've got just the renders of the parts that they can make the set out of. Let's see, 17D, so EF, so 27. I'm on 12. So I'm doing model type 17, variant C is what I'm doing right now. There's two of these because there's two frames. Does that make sense? So B is the letter on the frame here. And this is showing that there's 12 and it goes into this. Oh, see, yeah, no, that had I looked at the instructions, they would have said, you know what you should do? You should well, actually no, this isn't bad advice. This is actually really good. They're telling you to glue the arm to the gun first. And what I was about to say was that like sometimes it could be a sketchy thing. This is actually set up pretty well to where the arm and the gun, I don't know if you noticed this earlier. This has got, it's not a round hole, it's a D. So it's got this flat edge on it. So basically you can't really put this into there incorrectly. Like you can't, like I can't actually twist this. So we know now that like this is that setup, and then what you do is I'll clip that off, get these cleaned up, and then when you put this in the peg, or the peg in the hole, you don't need to worry about this. So I did it wrong earlier because I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going from this. I was going numbers up. I don't know. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. This is the correct thing to do because then you'll be registering this to the torso, and then this part just sits in there, and then you just clamp on the thing. So yeah, it's actually smart. So build both arms together first. 12, 11, 12, 13 is going to be a gun, right? Short gun. 8. B, did I not? Ooh. Where's what? 8B. See, now which one is this? Okay. Maybe that's the one that goes with 11. Was the legs? Interesting. 8B. I'm going to clip that out because it's probably right. I'm probably not understanding something correctly. One of these guys is gonna need this. So this I'm gonna dry fit the bodies in a second. So what happens when you're talking about stuff instead of just doing stuff? I'm gonna not care about. Do I care about the heads? Here's 9A, so let's go with that because like whatever. I guess there's 2 heads for everything. 9A. There's a 4. Like I think all the heads have all got to have the same peg. I think the heads have to all be universal. I think they got to be. So what I might do with this if I want a specific type of head, because some of them are super janky, like this guy's all jacked up. From the back, it looked like this guy's got like wires coming out. instead of a jaw. I don't know how messed up I want these guys to be in general. But the good thing is too, since I'm putting a bunch of them together at once, that he's got a shattered head plate. If I want to have a squad be more messed up, 'cause I should have left some of the flayed ones out. Because basically what I'm trying to do with this army is that like this army is infected with the flare virus, and so I am hip to the jacked up heads and stuff. I like it, but I think they need to go in the right squads and stuff. Let me dry fit this real quick. So since I don't remember. Oh, and I'm gonna need a chest piece that is around. Oh, see, this almost went on the floor. It's not a hobby session. My kid asked me yesterday. I was like, "Hey, did you drop anything?" Because it's like not a hobby session until you drop something. Oh, this is nice. Okay, this makes it even harder to screw up. The other gun that I showed you had the D part on the bottom, the flat. This one's got it on the side. So then, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. That looks like it's a little wider than his thing. This we know goes with him because it does. Because it was close number to 11. I'm gonna put this here because that's the wrong gun for him. It's important to do this when you're not mid gluing things. Those look like that's the right, because it looks like it's about not even a pinky tolerance. So that looks okay. I'm gonna leave these just friction fitted. This one, that looks about correct. This was way off. So what did I do wrong? This was 8 and that was something else. 8A, 18A, did it 15, 27, 36. I'm just randomly saying numbers at this point. What's up, dude? 42. So we're learning about Gauss flares. Reapers? What are the short ones?
Short ones are Reapers.
Reapers. So I was like, I was just telling them that them is nobody because nobody's watching, but whatever. That when I was complaining about their right socket, I was like, this is terrible. Like because like when I was gluing, I was starting with that one because I'm like, because that's that's how I always operate, is that like I'm always gluing this gun arm on and getting it to where it'll kind of hold itself in place, and then I glue on the support arm, and then they're both being glued at about the same time, and then I put it in because of all old models, like tons of Guardians, like Eldar Guardians and stuff. But looking at the instructions, it's really smart because basically this piece goes in the gun first, and there's the D shape that's on these means that the alignment, you can't get the alignment wrong. I mean, you can with very, very tight tolerances, but then basically that's the distance that you're looking for these. And then what you do is you put this in the socket that's there. You put the peg in the hole. If you can get it there, if you can get it lined up right. And then the other one just pops in and is just there to kind of hold it. So and then you'll pop it all together. So I know that guy's right. I know that this guy's kind of correct. So, and I was explaining to you, it's like, well, what you want to do is you don't want to keep picking up different tools. So if you can work in piles and you're not going to get the parts mixed up, it's better to do that. And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to switch to a knife, and I'm going to clean. Except then I clipped out the wrong number on somebody. So we got 44, 15.
Right, because you started at 44.
No, well, no, that was the thing, and I explained that too. I explained that I was legit was trolling you by starting with the last one that you had left. So with 15, that's probably this guy's chest piece, because like part of it, like his legs were 11, and if they're always, is it legs, arm, gun, head, torso, something like that, the order?
Legs, arm, gun, head, torso.
So I've got, let's see, so I've got from 11 to, what did I just 11 to 15? 11, 12, 13, 14.
Like the torso, you can, like...
Are all the torsos the same?
Not all of them are the same, but, like, they are all, like, 5 apart. So 1,
right.
6, etc. So if you ever get lost, you can just remember, like, okay, what is...
32, 42.
Yeah.
37, 47. Yeah, it was weird because like I went looking for that arm, and it was not in a place that I expected it to be.